Yo, what's good, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Okay. Um, I know I say this a lot, but today's open. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about today's open. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did some before stream charting, and I'm not really expecting the most. Now I hope I'm wrong for today, but I'm not. I don't know. This is not really an open that we usually get all that much. All right. Now let me explain before you guys start saying something and all that stuff. Let me explain. Let me explain. All right. Typically, Asia and London, they're not really known for trends, right? They're known to create some setups, some levels of liquidity to work with nearby and all that stuff yesterday. Not yesterday. I'm reading the chat, bro. All that stuff typically, right? But today, if you look at the higher time frame, all we did during Asia and London is literally just pump. We took out all of the overnight liquidity. We took out all of the liquidity from yesterday, so it's gonna be a little bit trickier to get some near levels of liquidity. Thankfully, we can try to work with this opening one at 25,926, and maybe get something, right? But looking at the overnight session compared to every other open this week, the overnight session today was just a whole pump up, right? So what I'm worried about coming to market open is I hope I'm wrong, right? But what I'm worried about is I feel like all of the volume kind of went into the overnight market, and we're kind of gonna consolidate during the New York session. It's a big possibility. Like I said, I'm hoping I'm wrong. This is just what I'm thinking coming into market open. We don't have any crazy setups nearby. I mean, we have setups, but they're not really crazy. You know what I mean? Like some small, 40-point gaps here and there with some liquidity in them. You know what I mean? That they're okay, right? So coming to market open, obviously, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm gonna see what type of reaction we get. I'm gonna see what type of momentum we get coming to market open, and hopefully that gives us something. But hold on, today's definitely gonna be one of those days where, if you feel like this market is not for you, it's definitely best to be cautious. Now, like I said, for me, I'm gonna lean more on the idea that I personally believe that today is gonna be one of the more choppier days in the market. Obviously, I'm not telling you guys this because I'm seeing anything. I'm just telling you guys this because from what I'm seeing from the overnight session, it kind of seems like we might be able to consolidate today, just because we don't typically get this type of open very often. Right, typically you guys know the deal. It's we create some Asia high, some Asia low, some London high, some London low nearby. We take it out and we pump off open. But today we didn't create any highs at all, and then the nearby lows, they're hundreds of points away. So getting a read in the market today could either take a very long time, or if the volume is not there, we just pretty much chop all day. And I mean, looking at the first 5 minute candle coming to market open, we're not even doing anything. So we might be right on in the idea of consolidating. But obviously the market just opened. So give it a few minutes. You know what I mean? Maybe give it like 30 minutes or something. You know? But yeah, like I said, the whole idea as to what I'm saying, as to why I'm saying this, is because I want you guys to be cautious, right? If we don't trust the market all that much today, then obviously we can always avoid just because we don't like it, right? And that, like I said, I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I really am hoping, because right now we are getting quite a bit of a strong DOL sweep here off of 926. So hey, maybe we do end up getting a read in the market. All right. But yeah. Anyways, let me go and put out that I'm live here on YouTube, and then we go from there. All right, guys. So give me 1 second. And hopefully, as I'm putting it out here, we kind of sell off so I can get you guys a read here. Now, if you guys, if you guys are looking at my stream right now, you guys might notice that my P&L is not on the screen. You guys know what this typically means. I'm pretty much done for the week for myself. I looked at my P&L yesterday, and I'm pretty green on the week. You guys saw all the trades that we caught this week, especially the one from yesterday. Beautiful trades all in all. I did size a little bit light this week, so I wasn't really expecting on making too much, but I did actually end up making quite a bit of money. So I want to play it safe for the rest of this week and just kind of just chill, take my profits, and maybe even request a payout because I haven't requested one in a while. But yeah, don't worry. Obviously, you guys see me still on. Obviously, I'm gonna give you guys trades just like as if I was trading, which will be commentary. All right, guys. But yeah. Anyways, let's see what the market does here. I'm gonna close my door. One second. Oh, and by the way, guys, tomorrow I was looking at the calendar, and tomorrow is OPEX, right? Which is another reason why I might want to play it more safe than I'd rather be safe than sorry. All right. So yeah, typically you guys know I don't typically trade OPEX. So yeah, tomorrow's OPEX. For those that don't know what OPEX is, OPEX stands for option expiration or expiry or something like that, right? It's pretty much when the options market, all those contracts are expiring and it's money being taken out of the markets. So obviously the markets need money to move. So if contracts are expiring and money is being taken out of the markets, this pretty much just means that the market has a good chance in not really moving, because obviously investors are taking money out and not putting money into these options. All right, so it leads to a little bit of unwanted chop. All right, for those that don't know, OPEX, it's not something that you really find on Forex Factory. It's just something that you have to know. And the way you know this is by looking at the calendar. You mark out every third Friday of the month, every single month, right? That third Friday is known as OPEX. All right, guys. Now, it's not a 100% chance that we chop, but it's a higher chance than usual that we chop out on these type of Fridays. All right, so for tomorrow, maybe I avoid. All right. But yeah, for today, I'm probably gonna do commentary, and if I really do like the markets, it takes 3 seconds to open up TradeAway. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, so coming into market open, what's going on in the first about 7 minutes coming into market open? Well, first of all, we can kind of read a bearish bias coming into market open. How do we know this? Well, if you look at the higher time frame, like the 15-minute time frame, you guys can see that we are currently sweeping this triple top here at 25,926.50. Now, what reaction are we getting from it? Well, obviously, we are selling off like crazy. I mean, we have sold off about 85 points, which is actually really good. You know what I mean? It's a pretty good selling candle, at least on the 15-minute time frame. I do not know how the 5-minute time frame looks like. And we have something. Do we have a fair value gap here? We should. Yeah, we have a fair value gap here on the 5-minute time frame as well, which is a really good sign. Now, what can we take from this? Well, we have liquidity lower. In fact, we have liquidity at 25,800. All right, and not only that, but we also have a fair value gap, not one, but two fair value gaps stacked on top of each other around this 800 liquidity area. All right, so what is a possible trade that we can look to possibly take here? Well, if there's not, from where we're at right now into our price target, there's not much of an entry anywhere. At least for an inverse, right? And for those wondering, but like this fair value gap here, like what do you mean? Like, why can't we just take this inverse? It's not a fair value gap. It's about a 38-point candle, and I get it. It's a 2-point difference or a 1.50-point difference. For me, I like to be very specific. If it's not 40 points, I won't take it. If you don't care about that, then by all means, look to take this setup. I mean, it's no big deal, But for me, I like to be very specific with my setups, right? So to me, this is not really an imbalance in the market. And if you look at the 5-minute time frame, it's literally a choppy range, right? So there's not much happening there. Now, what I'm looking to see potentially, right, is we can use this 5-minute time frame to our advantage, right? You guys see that right now we are shooting down like crazy into the liquidity below at 800, right? So one of two things can happen. We can either get a retracement into this gap up here, just like this. Boom, 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 boom. And we hit the price target at 800. Or there's cases where the market just wants to completely sell off take yesterday, for example, with no retracement, right? The market just sells off and sells off and sells off like nothing happened, right? So let's say that happens, right? What can we do? Well, if we sell off, obviously we're going to approach this 15-minute bullish rally gap. On top of that, we're also going to approach this level of liquidity here at 25,800. All right, so if the market wants to completely sell off to the downside, the thing that we can do or look out for is see the reaction based off 25,800. Wait, let me make sure of something. Okay, I gotta talk quick. We can see the reaction based off 25,800. And if we continue holding below 25,800, we can look to see if price holds below 25,800, inverses this gap, and not only that, but also inverses this gap. So if we can hold below the level of liquidity with a bearish bias, with strong selling pressure, into not one but two inverses to a downside, we can look to take shorts into our price target at 70 points into the next liquidity at 25,673.75. All right. So that's a possibility. Now, right now, we are getting more of a retracement into this 5-minute gap. So a potential setup here can actually form into lower. Keep in mind, guys, our bias is actually pretty bearish. All right. So how can you look to enter this trade? And like I said, guys, today I'm going to be doing commentary. I'm pretty much done for the week for myself. All right. Well, a way that you can, we're selling off quick, so I have to kind of talk fast here. A way that you can look to take shorts here would pretty much be look for a rejection here, which we're obviously already getting, and look for an entry pretty much around this area that we're at right now for a continuation model. You could look for something like this into about two price targets, which the main price target would pretty much be 25,800. Now, obviously, don't rush it too quick yet, but obviously pay attention so you don't get so much of a late entry. Um, but but yeah, I can't really type this in the commentary. It's gonna take way too long, and the trader's already kind of playing out here. So if you guys want to take shorts off of this, I mean, you definitely can. Everything is lining up bearish, both ES and NQ is what I mean by everything. Um, but I'm gonna see, obviously, if you guys want to wait a little bit longer for the selling pressure to really kick in here, which we kind of are getting, but if you want a little bit more into breaking below some lows, then you definitely can take it. All right. Personally, I'm gonna say wait for like one more impulse, even though you get a late entry. Wait for one more impulse around this area, and you could definitely look to take short here. But yeah, I'm gonna try to type this up as fast as I can. So guys, I'm gonna be locked in real quick. Obviously, look at the charts. If you like it, take it. But give me 1 second. All right, guys. Coming into market open. Check it out. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. At 25,800 and 25,673.75. Can see that NQ is retracing into this 5-minute bearish FEG, so we may be looking to see if price is able to reject from this valley gap. Around the 25. Hold on, guys. I'm locked in right now. 25.8. So if we were to get an entry, it'll be around the, I would say like 25.70 area would be pretty good. Sellers are stepping with aggression. Okay, hold on. Keep this setup on watch if you notice that sellers are stepping with aggression from the rejection of the 5-minute bearish. Hopefully I didn't type this up for nothing. Hopefully the setup actually ends up holding down. Everything is looking to hold pretty bearish, I would say. NQ is definitely, the volume today is definitely a little bit questionable. Like I said, obviously I mentioned the off open. But we'll see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got a random pump up there. So this sub didn't even end up holding. So it's not even something I can even put out here in the setups to watch channel. But yeah, I guess we'll just wait for the next one. And there's still nothing on the 15-minute. Okay, I guess we'll just wait for the next one then. That was a pretty random pump there on both ES and NQ. We're probably still gonna stay around this drawn liquidity area. So it's not like we really have too much of a bias yet, I would say. Yeah, it's so far not much of a bias. I mean, we were sitting pretty bearish now that we were holding below this level of liquidity here. But now that we kind of filled this 5-minute gap here, there's not much I can really do here in terms of even if we reject or not. Now, literally, the same gap that we just finished filling, we created the same exact gap here for about almost 80 points here. So we know that the volume is good. That's one part. We know that the volume is good there. But what you could do here is, I guess, just mark out the same exact gap. But the thing is, we wouldn't really know yet what to do from this gap, whether it's a rejection into a bearish bias or a retracement into higher. Because once again, we're still kind of just pricing around this level of liquidity, like literally right on top of it. So I can't be like, oh guys, we're bullish because we're 2 points away from, we're 2 points above 826. You know what I mean? So I need more of a reaction here. And we're selling off again. Okay, hopefully this setup ends up holding, because I at least want to try to give you guys something around this area. I don't want to have you guys waiting all the way down here until a pretty much, I mean, how many points would it be away? I don't want to have you guys waiting for a 165-point sell-off for one entry into shorts. That really wouldn't make sense. I would have loved to try to get you guys shorts around this area, but it didn't really hold that much. And then obviously the gap got filled, so there's not much I can give you guys there. And then we could try to use this 5 minute gap here, but what are the chances that with all the selling that we get right now, we hold this gap for the next 3 minutes and 40 seconds? Unless we have something up to 1 minute, nothing. Um, yeah, this gap has a very, very low chance in holding up. I highly doubt that we hold this gap, but who knows, maybe. Um, because what could happen, guys, is if we end up holding this gap here, what the freaking Epic Games. If we end up holding this gap here, what could happen? Or if we end up holding below 926 and actually end up holding this gap here with enough selling pressure and we inverse it in the next candle some way, somehow, I don't think we do, but if we end up holding this gap here into the inverse, then we could look to take shorts with a better entry, regardless of the retracement. I mean, because it will be off an inverse, so you don't have to worry about a retracement back into the gap or anything. It would just be an inverse and straight away. You know what I mean? But what are the chances that we end up holding this gap for the next 3 minutes? I'm gonna doubt it a little bit, but I'm gonna be prepared just in case. I mean, yeah, there's a gap. I didn't really expect anything to really be held there. So yeah, so far, guys, no setup around this area. Not that we're really breaking out of any range either way. I feel like we're kind of just chopping with a lot of volume. But obviously, we're gonna give the market a little bit more time to really decide what it wants to do and go from there. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it has some momentum so we can at least catch something. But in this area, really the only setup that we had that had high hopes would have been this 5 minute gap here, the retracement. But it never ended up holding with any selling pressure there. I mean, we got a little bit of a rejection, but not really anything super, super crazy. And then we created another gap here, but it never got held. And then our nearby setups that we can look to inverse, not retrace from, but inverse, they're pretty far away. I mean, the nearest entry for longs, which would be off a 5 minute bearish rally gap into an inverse, is about 100 points away. And then the short is about 150 points away. 160 points away, to be exact. So, I mean, our best bet would be create a setup around this area, but I also don't want to be giving you guys setups in a choppy area. So, for now, I guess let's just give the market a little bit more time and kind of see what we can do from there. You know what I mean? But yeah, so far it's the momentum's a little bit off. Not gonna lie. Mm. And I'm assuming the indicator is also reading bearish. It should be reading bearish at least. Let me see. Maybe the indicator can find some nearby setups that maybe I haven't seen or haven't found at all. Yeah, it is bearish. And yeah, it's really looking at the same setup for shorts. So there's literally no nearby setup that we can take whether we want to or not into the downside liquidity. That's the only bad thing. That's why I told you guys this morning. Like my in terms of setups, it's just with the overnight session just pumping up like crazy and just creating very small and very like mid setups. We're probably not gonna get entry anywhere in this area. So we need to really break out. We need to have a market like yesterday where we just completely sold off over 300, 400 points. And then we went into every nearby setup. You know what I mean? Whether it was far away or very close. You know what I mean? We still hit it. That's the type of day that we need today, because if we kind of chop up like this just because we had a crazy overnight session, then we're not going to get near any setups or even have a chance to even get anything to enter off of. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me see. By the way, guys, these last days I haven't really been reading the chat all that much. I've been kind of focusing a lot more on the charts recently. It makes me feel like a lot more calm. But yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. The indicator caught something? Off what though? Now we're breaking past the lows on the. Yeah, we are. I mean, shit. Maybe we can create another 5 minute gap here. Maybe. I mean, the volume is still there. Maybe we create a 5 minute gap into lower now that we're breaking past the lows and it's showing us that sellers are really there. Yeah, no, for the rest of this week, actually, I am gonna be staying. I already made my money for the week with all the trades that we caught Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And today I'm just doing commentaries just so you guys can try to get another setup to end the week. But for me, I'm pretty happy with my profits, so I'm calling it. Tomorrow's supposed to be choppy. Not supposed to, but there's a higher chance of being choppy. Yeah, it's Chop City. Not really. I mean, I feel like it's too soon to tell. We are breaking past lows, which kind of tells us something. Now, obviously, we're gonna see how this 5 minute ends up holding. If it wicks back up, then yeah, probably it's gonna be a little bit choppy. But if we can hold a gap here, then we can definitely get something. You know what I mean? Mm. Hopefully, this 5 minute gap ends up holding. I don't really think it is because we're kind of just waking back up here. Um, but we'll see. I'll give it some time. Can't hear anything. I'm not talking, bro. I feel like you guys are so used to me talking every 0.3 seconds, like nonstop talking to the point where I take a breath to kind of just read the chat and everything. You guys think I'm muted. David, remember that time where we were always getting stopped out with random pullbacks and then the trade was playing out? It seems like, well, there hasn't really been any trades today. We had a setup, but it wasn't really anything crazy yet. So I mean, we're kind of waiting on that. But yeah, I really told you guys off open. Like today was one of the days where I was kind of expecting more of a. I'm expecting, not telling you guys, but expecting more of a consolidation type of day. Like it's one of those days where we just chop. Doesn't mean that the week is gonna chop. It just means that the reason I say that is because if you look at the 15 minute time frame coming to the Asia market, coming into Asia and London, it's just overall just instant pumps, like only pumps up. So what that does is it creates very low areas of liquidity and it creates very far away setups to take. You guys don't typically, I mean, normally, right? Every day we come into market open, the first 30, the first 5 minutes of market open, you guys hear me saying, okay, guys, we have a setup, we're ready to go. You know, we have a sweep here, fair value up here. Today wasn't the case. Why? Because today, during the overnight session, we pumped up so much that all of the liquidity is hundreds of points away. You know what I mean? So it really kind of goes against us to try to find a nearby level of liquidity just because we don't have anything nearby to work with. All right. So yeah. Why wasn't there a setup at the 15? Don't ask me, bro. Ask the market. I don't create these setups, bro. The market creates it. But what do you mean? Why wasn't there a setup at 8:30? I mean, just there just wasn't. I mean, this is not really a setup here. If you measure out the candle, it's not an imbalance. It's just You know what I mean? It's not really a 40-point candle. For me, with my strategy, I only go based off 40-point candles. This top shit, yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Yeah, this 5 minute time frame is not the cleanest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but yeah. I told you guys though. I did I not tell you guys coming into market open that we were gonna kind of expect a little bit more of a consolidation type of day. Now obviously I don't want to be so quick to tell you guys that we're gonna stay cash today with no ideas, no setups, no nothing. But obviously it's leaning more towards that the closer that we get to 10, 10:30 and all that stuff. I mean, Asia pump got NQ feeling limpish. Well, it's for a few reasons. I mean, if we pumped up, like I said, if we pumped up during the overnight session so much like tonight, like today, I guess, right? Um, Not only did most of the volume for the markets go into the overnight session, but with this such a like pump in the market, pretty much what tends to happen is all of our nearby setups and all of our nearby levels of liquidity, they're so far away that even if we do have good volume, it's gonna take a long time to even get a read in the market and the setup in the market, because all of these levels are over 100 points away. Because typically, you guys know the overnight session is not known to move. It's known to create some Asia lows, London highs, vice versa, whatever. And coming to the New York session, we get a pump or dump. We take out whichever given level of liquidity, and then we go from there. You know what I mean? We go based off that reaction. So if that's not the case today with all of these very far levels of liquidity, I already knew coming to market open, which I told you guys, the first thing I told you guys coming into the stream today is we're more than likely either going to take a very long time to get a setup or we're going to completely chop out because we're already pumped during the overnight session. All right. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong because I do want to give you guys at least one last setup before the weekends. But I mean, shit, we'll see. You know what I mean? If the market doesn't give us anything, then who can we blame? You know what I mean? No train tomorrow. Well, I'm probably gonna get on tomorrow, but don't have high expectations. Tomorrow is OPEX, and looking at the way that the market is moving today, tomorrow might not be any better. All right, bro. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, tomorrow is OPEX. Now I'll still be on just in case we get a setup, but I mean, who knows? You know, what I mean, it's don't expect it. Is all I'm trying to say. Look, you just want to close the strike, bro. If that's what you want to do, bro, who's to stop you, bro? You're your own boss in this type of market, bro. So if you don't like the markets and you want to call it a week, let alone if you're green on the week, you know what I mean? You can call it. For me, I already called it. I don't care about anyone. If you guys want more trades, I don't care if you guys. No, I'm green. I gave you guys my trades. We ended green on the week. I did my part. You know what I mean? So I'm personally calling it a week on the markets. I already made my money. I mean, but obviously, I'm still gonna get on and teach you guys and show you guys some setups. But you get the deal, right? So yeah. So if you want to call it, and that goes for everyone in here, you definitely can. Like if you're green on the week, maybe not that much, or maybe a good amount, you can always call it if you don't like this type of market. I mean, bro, I missed my trade because no way. But what trade did you miss here, bro? There's nothing here, bro. Question, David. I'm central. I'm in central time zone. Do we look at for the Asia high starting at 5 p.m.? Yeah, you would look for the Asia whatever time Asia starts at your time. So for the Eastern time, which is the time that I'm trading, it's 6 p.m. EST. I'm not super green. I'm not the green that I want, but green is green. Exactly. So as long as you make progress this week, bro, you're good. But yeah, for value continuation, no, there's no gap here, bro. There's no gap anywhere here, guys. It's wicks everywhere. There's no gap. Unless you guys are talking off the 1 minute, then maybe. No, I don't know what gaps you guys are seeing here. There's literally nothing here. Because I don't even think this is a 40-point candle. It is. It's 55 points, but the thing is, it's not an imbalance or a fair value gap because not only did the candle not even close, but we're in between 2 wicks here, so you can't even mark out the fair value gap. The 15-minute? No, nothing. It's wicks everywhere. I don't really know what gap you guys are talking about here. There's nothing in the market. I'm sure I would have seen it as well. Not that I'm saying that I'm perfect, but you know, I'm paying attention all the time, or most times. And I don't really see anything. If you guys, you guys are talking about the 15-minute inverse here. Oh yeah, no, this is not a really good setup in my opinion. Explain why. It's not a fair value gap. It's not an imbalance. It looks like a big candle, but with our rules, the rules that we backtest every single day for years upon years, we always go based off 40 or more points. I am very, very exact with this number. If it's even 39 points, I will not take the gap. All right, so if you measure out this 15 minute, which is 15 minutes, right? Typically, we're looking for 40 points on the 5-minute time frame, and maybe 40 or more points on the 15-minute. But if you're getting 38 points on the 15-minute time frame, that is not good. That is not good. So I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it. MNQ is 40 plus points, NQ is 38. Okay, then if that's the case, then sure. That would have been a nice setup. But for me, I didn't really see it, and I'm not really even liking the movement in the market. So it's not anything crazy. I mean, there you go. After today, I'm only charting in Q. You're good, bro. Let me guess, bro. You tried trading the M and Q. The thing is, even if you took it on M and Q, you would have been up, hopefully 30 points. Yeah, 30 points, not bad. So you would have still gotten a pretty good profit there if you took that inverse off this 15-minute. But for me, not only do I not like the setup here, which obviously doesn't really line up with my rules, but the 5-minute time frame movement is not really all that crazy either. You know what I mean? So there's not much really happening today. But bro, AK, bro, what are you guys taking, bro? You would have been stopped out. Let me see. So if you took it off the 15-minute, nah, you would have seen profits first. You would have seen some profits first. But yeah, guys, just this 5-minute chart is not the cleanest. I'm not gonna lie. Only 18 points before it pulled back and got stopped out. Nah, okay. Today's a range day. Yeah, we kind of knew it. Well, we can't say that we didn't know that. Once again, the overnight session told us everything. You know what I mean? Let me see. Chop all day and get clean setups for tomorrow during OPEX. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of on the part where you wanna, where if today's market isn't good, I feel like tomorrow's market isn't gonna be all that good either. You know what I mean? We know we try to ignore you. Nah, you're good, bro. David, thanks for the comments here. Hey, bro, take it easy, bro. My bad for not really being able to give you guys any setups. You know what I mean? Nah, JK. No, there's no point of just kidding. I know what you guys mean. You know what I mean? David, we catch trades on OPEX. I know, bro. I know. I want to tell you guys I don't want to trade OPEX, but every day that there's an OPEX day, or every month that there's an OPEX day, I always try trading it, and it gives us the best setups. I want to tell you guys that it chops, but I don't know. Lately, it hasn't been chopping at all. I don't know. Caught Trump, bro. But yeah, no. One thing I want to tell you guys is, okay, I'm seeing a lot of you guys are getting off. There's about 700 something people now. There's only 600 of you guys in the stream, which is a lot of you guys. Right now, I'm gonna tell you guys. Okay, since we know that today is more of a consolidation type of day where the market isn't all that good. I mean, it looks like a Christmas tree, right? Red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. It's constant red and greens, right? It's very choppy. Until what time do you guys want to give the market to give us a setup or at least an impulse before we get off? I would say 10:30. But what do you guys want to? I wouldn't say 11. 11 will take way too long, bro. I'm also not trying to watch the market. I'm not trying to get bored. You know what I mean? I would say 11:30. 11:30 because who knows? Right now we're trading near the lows, so maybe we end up getting more of an impulse into the setups nearby, or at least the level of liquidity at 25,800. But if we can't get that in the next 25 minutes, then it's probably going to be the cue to get off and maybe just stay catch today. All right. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. And who knows? Maybe the PM session is a little bit better. You know what I mean? But yeah. This morning, I mean, we already knew it. We already knew what was going to be happening this morning. David, if I purchase my PA accounts on Wednesday and stay cash for the rest of the week, is that going to affect me with Apex in any negative way? Not at all. You're good. You're good. So 10:30 is in half an hour, about 25 minutes. Yeah. So we're gonna stay on for a little bit longer. What I mean? We're gonna stay on for about 25 more minutes, see if the market can do something, something a little bit more interesting than whatever we've had for the last, 40 minutes in the markets. And if we're able to get that, then sure, we can try to trade something. All right. But typically these type of opens, even if we do end up getting a setup later on, you guys know that these setups, they're not really the best moving setups and they take a while. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? We're talking EST. Yeah. Every time that I say something in terms of time, it's always going to be Eastern time. But yeah, have you guys ever noticed that? By the way, anytime that we try staying on past 10:30, even if we get a setup or not, when we end up entering that setup, it's a lot slower and a lot choppier, which sometimes leads to a lot of fake outs. So I don't know if you guys want to call it soon. You guys definitely can. I wouldn't blame you guys. I'm gonna stay on because I want to give you guys some content to at least enjoy for the day. Maybe you learn something new. Maybe you have some questions. Maybe you get a trade or whatever, right? But if it wasn't for the stream, I would have been closed my charts a long time ago. You know what I mean? But yeah, even if it ends green, lunch hour trades are torture. I know, bro. I know. Hey David, when did you start taking 20K payouts on your PAs? Good question. Honestly, it was sometime last year. Last year was a time where I built up a buffer to be requesting max payouts very consistently without having to worry about the buffer or the drawdown. And ever since then, I don't really request as often as you guys might imagine. Sometimes a month, sometimes a month and a half. But yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm seeing a lot of traders going into live accounts like Robinhood accounts because for those that don't know, Robinhood not too long ago actually started offering trading NQ, trading ES, trading gold, trading silver on their platform. So I don't know, maybe maybe sometime in the future I might try out live accounts again. You know, you switch to live. How does it feel? Because look, I know there's pros and cons with both live and prop firms. With prop firms, you're not trading your money, and with prop firms, you could trade with just as little as a few $100 and make thousands to a dollar. So and with the live account, you're trading with your money, which is more risk, more emotions, and maybe less profits because you're not copy trading, but you don't have to follow any rules and you can request whenever you want. So there's pros and cons. Now, for me, the requesting part, I don't really care about. Like I said, it's not like I'm really in a rush for the money in the first place. Whenever I feel like requesting, I'll just request. I don't really care. But I don't know. Maybe I try trading on both props and live account. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You guys know typically I like to talk down on Robinhood. It's not my favorite broker out there. But they you have to give credit where credit is due. Dumb allowing trading silver, trading gold, trading NQ, trading ES, and everything. It's actually a game changer for live accounts. I'm at 54K equity right now. When should I start requesting payout? Yo, there's no way you're asking this, bro. Right now, bro. You're already at the max payout that you can request. You might as well request it, bro. Once again, guys. Okay. Here's one thing that you guys are kind of misunderstanding when it comes to prop firms. Guys, the whole point of prop firms is to juice out the account. It's to take money whenever you can. Guys, do not look to, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, whenever you can request a payout on a prop firm, request it. It's the whole point of these accounts. These accounts aren't really meant, like, it doesn't mean you can't do it, but they're not really meant to build up and not request a payout. Like, you can't just be like, okay, I have a fresh PA account, I'm gonna build it up to $65,000 with no payouts just because I want to build it up. What are you gaining from it? Nothing. Like, the whole point of prop firms is to request the money. So if you guys are at 54K in profits, request something. Request at least $2,000. You know what I mean? But yeah, hold on, guys. I'll be back. One second. Yeah, guys. I mean, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't want you guys to be yeah, don't build a long term. Don't build long term with prop firms. That's not the best thing ever. You know what I mean? Now obviously, the more payouts you request, yes, the more your account may grow as time goes on. Yes, right. That's my given case because you might be like, David, what are you talking about? Aren't your accounts at above 60K? Like, like, no, no, no. As you request, you know the like if you request like a certain amount and you make more than that certain amount during that time span, then you're gonna have more money to work with. But don't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna build it up to 55K first and then request a payout. No, 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 no. Request whenever you can. I mean, that's the whole point of them. You know, building a long-term buffer is good for some firms like Alpha or TBT. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't know how long these firms are gonna last. So imagine doing all that work for nothing. And I get it. You guys might be like, oh, but like this firm is so trustworthy, guys. For the people that have been with me for over a year, how many times have I called out a firm that looks super good, super promising, and they shut down the next time, the next day? I get it. TPT is legit, and I get it. But these guys, prop firms in general, they're not really built for long term investments. That's not how it works. It's make your money. Look, the way you can go about it is if you guys want long term on in trading in general, request a max payout from these prop accounts, right? Whether you blow them or whatever, you have no drawdown. Request all the payouts and move it over to a live account. And then you can build long term. All right, guys, do not build long term on a prop account. That's stupid. Plus, imagine, right? You build up, you took months to build up to $65,000, 70K, right? And randomly your firm is like, hey, we think that you fit perfectly with our live accounts. So we're gonna take all of this progress, we're gonna take all of these accounts, and we're gonna put you on one account from start. Imagine, dude, I would tweak out, bro. I would literally curse them all on email. I'm like, no. There's no way. You know what I mean? Because imagine doing all that hard work and they randomly just choose you out of everyone, and we're like, hey, we want you to be on a live account because you think you're a pretty good trader. So we're gonna take all of these profits, they're ours now, and we're gonna start you fresh from a live account, and whatever money you make, we're gonna make as well because it's our live account. I mean, nah, fuck that shit. You know what I mean, bro? You might as well request a max payout, put it over onto a Robinhood account, Weibo account, or whatever, and then trade off a live account, right? And there you can request you can have long term. I mean, yeah, someone said we need a trade, bro. Nah, bro. Not in this market, bro. David, should I pay the reset on my TPT account or just start fresh? How much is the reset on TPT? 400? Nah, fuck that shit, bro. Nah, bro. Just start fresh, bro. That's way too much money. I mean, if you're fine with 400, then sure, by all means. You know what I mean? It's 100. Well, some people are saying 400, some people are saying 100. Let me see. Someone said here, yo, David, what does my trading view say? I don't have permission to access my broker. I've been trading on it for these past months, and today it says I don't have permission to access my broker. Send me a screenshot. Let me check it out. Send me a screenshot. I don't really use TradingView to link my TradeAvate, so I wouldn't really know as much, but I could probably help you out. When you pass, you get your money back too. I guess. If it's back to you, nah. At least not for me. You know, people have their own experiences. I got the same message. Send me a screenshot, guys. Send me a screenshot. Let me check it out. You got it back. Add it back as an add-on on TradeAvate. Yeah, I probably turned off. So for the people having the issue with TradingView, what you're gonna do is go to TradeAvate, click on the setting button at the top right hand side of your screen. It's gonna be like 3 little bars. Click that. Click on add-ons. Click on TradingView, and activate it. Maybe it's deactivated. And go back to trading view, click on trading panel down here, click on TradeView, and then log in with your Apex things, and that's it. David, so now we shouldn't build a buffer before requesting. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. No, these prop firms literally require you to build a buffer first. But what I'm saying is, don't build your account up 20K in profits without requesting at least one payout, bro. Like that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, yeah, build a buffer, like what, like a few $1,000, like 2,000, 3,000, whatever. That's good enough. But at least request some money on the way. I mean, the whole point while we're trading prop firms is to make money, not to build the account to make it look pretty. No, who cares about that, bro? No one cares. Request your money, and that's it. I mean, so with Apex, do 8 winning days have to be consecutive? Yeah, not in a row, but just 8 trading days in total, and you should be good to request a payout. Got to request while building. Exactly. Plus, like I said, bro, all of these firms, they're not gonna let you request. Oh, I made $20. I'm gonna request it and blow my account after. No. They will require you to build a buffer first because they want you to still use these accounts. You know what I mean? So like Apex, they're gonna be like, hey, you have to make $2,600 in profits first to request a $500 payout. So you can request a payout and that account will still stay alive with enough of a buffer so you can still trade it consistently. You know what I mean? So are you on the live account then? I'm thinking about it. Maybe I create a live account sometime in the future. Learn my lesson from charting MNQ today. Took the 15-minute inverse. It was like 40.25 points on MNQ. Checked NQ and it was only 38 points. Yeah, typically typically between NQ and MNQ, it's like a 1.2 point difference. But the fact that it was about, oh yeah, it was 2 point difference. Okay, never mind. I read it wrong. I thought you said 42 points. It was 40.25 points. Okay, my bad. Also re-entered and got stopped out again. Got to follow my rules and get off for the day. Profits are gone for the week. Nah, bro. Damn, bro. You're good, man. You're good. If you lost your profits for the week, you're good. Like, we can make it back, but damn, bro. Off literally the worst setup of the week too, man. You're good, man. Don't even let it get to you. You know what I mean, bro? Trust me, bro. I've gone through worst, and yeah, through worst, and it gets tilting. Don't get me wrong, it gets tilting, but you'll snap out of it. You'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine. I mean, and if you trade with me, bro, at least next week, you know what I mean. I'm gonna try my best to give you the best trades. You know what I mean? But yeah, today, I mean, shit, bro. Even if we had even the best setup of the day, I mean, look at the volume right now, bro. Like did I not tell you guys off open? I want you guys to tell me whether I was right or wrong. And you guys know I never typically say like this with so much confidence that we were gonna chop today, but it made sense why we were gonna consolidate today. Did I not tell you guys this? I told you, man. I told you guys. I mean, and this is exactly what we're getting. So yeah, even today, it literally wasn't the day to trade. Why are you screaming? Nah, but it's just how I talk, bro. It's just how I talk. Why did you expect chop today? Okay, let me kind of go into more detail because now that I know that we don't have any nearby setups or anything, we can kind of get a little bit more education here and kind of help you guys know when we're gonna chop or maybe avoid. You know what I mean? When's the best time to avoid? All right, so let's get it started. Now, typically, right, coming to market open, let me kind of pull up my alerts here. Let me show you guys something, right? Let me pull up my alerts. Okay. So when we come into market open, right, typically, our levels of liquidity, they're nearby. We have nearby setups. We have nearby everything, right? Now, what made today so different? Well, let me see. Hold on. Let me try to find you guys another setup here. Like I'm sure you guys get the point, right? Anytime that I start the stream at 9:30, you guys always hear me. Okay, guys, lock in, focus. I know the stream just started, but focus. We have a setup right nearby, right? We're gonna take it. And that's it. You know what I mean? Today that wasn't the case. Why? Well, if you look at the overnight session, right? What did we do? Because you guys know typically the New York session is known as the session that moves, right? But what happens when all of the New York session volume goes into the overnight volume? Well, the rules change. You guys know typically the overnight volume or the overnight session is known to kind of chop, and then the New York volume is known to move, right? But what happened today? Well, it's the opposite. The overnight session pumped literally. Let me show you guys. The overnight session pumped. You see 18 right here. The overnight session pumped up 400 points. When is the last time we pumped up 400 points overnight? I'm sure you guys can't even tell me because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So when we have these sessions where we pump throughout the entire night, obviously don't expect the New York session to continue that volume. Eventually that volume has to die down. And what this is known as? A consolidation phase. right? There's phases where the market rallies, and there's also phases where the market consolidates. So after a big move, the market is known to kind of take a breath, right? Let's say, for example, right, you guys are running a marathon, right? I'm sure in between that marathon, you have to take a break, take a breather, drink some water, and all that good stuff. That is exactly what's happening in the markets. The market ran a marathon, right? It's kind of tired, so it has to slow down, take a breath, and then continue running, right? So, and I get it. I get it. Some people in here may run marathons without a break. You guys are something else, right? But you get the example that I'm trying to tell you guys, right? So right now, what the market is trying to do is take a breath, take a breather, drink some water, and then it's going to continue whenever it wants to continue, right? Whether it's tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever, right? Eventually, the market is going to pick up again. But right now, looking at the recent overnight session, we knew that there was a higher chance in a consolidation phase, right? That is normal. It happens all the time, right? Typically, guys, after a big move, for example, yesterday, right? We all know that yesterday during the New York session, it was moving like crazy, right? We dumped literally like 400, 500 points, right? But what happened? Well, look at this, guys. Sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off. Consolidation phase, rally up. You guys see what I mean? Rally up, consolidation phase, rally up, right? So, guys, anytime that you guys see a big move in the markets, the reason why I tell you guys, for example, yesterday, right? Yesterday, we took longs when the market was selling off all morning. You might be like, David, are you trying to be different here? Like, what's going on? No. The thing is, when the market sells off a certain amount of points or takes out a certain amount of levels of liquidity, I don't, even though we continue selling off or pumping up, depending on what the direction is, I don't like to chase that movement because I know eventually that volume is slowly going to die out. And then we're going to get stuck in some consolidation, which means chop. And what does chop bring? Fake outs. All right. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Today's type of market was now. Let's say, for example, right? We didn't consolidate. Why would have today still been a little bit bad? Well, you guys have to keep in mind that from market open to where we're at right now, or to our overnight session levels, we're very far away from them, right? We're talking over 100 points, right? We're talking over 100 points, or actually no, a little bit under, right? No, wait, no. Actually, yeah, over. My bad, guys. Over 100 points for one level of liquidity. For one level of liquidity. That's not normal, guys. That's not normal. In a 100-point range on a normal day, we typically take out 3 to 4 levels of liquidity. Not in this case, we can barely even take out one. Right now, that's over 126 points from the top to bottom for one level of liquidity. Now, what other thing do we have here? Well, if we have a level of liquidity, we can get a setup, right? Where's our nearest setup? Over 185 points away for one entry. Fuck no, not at all. You guys get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So in these type of days where all of your levels are super far away and all of your setups are super far away, either expect a very, very long day in the market or expect chop, because we probably had an overnight session where we pumped up like crazy or dumped. Right? So hopefully this made sense to you guys. So hopefully this actually helps you identify when you should be trading and actually should not be trading. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me see. Do you think I should just avoid tomorrow, David? Yeah. I don't. The thing is, I don't like telling you guys to avoid the next day, because obviously I can't read the future. I don't know if tomorrow's gonna be the best day in the world or the worst day in the world. Right? We don't know. Right? So I don't want to be like, oh yeah, tomorrow it's best to avoid because I think we're gonna chop, and then it ends up moving. Right? I don't want you guys to be missing out on some setups. So if anything, maybe open the charts tomorrow with the idea of not trading, so you don't have the idea of like forcing out a trade because you want to trade. But if you see a setup and you like it and the volume looks good, by all means take it with a lighter size. You know, Friday isn't the best day. If we chop today, then Friday will be active till like 11. Yeah. The only reason I'm telling you guys tomorrow might not be the best day is because tomorrow's OPEX. You know, and you guys know typically OPEX is not known to be the best. But yeah. And by the way, guys, it's about to be 10:30. So, and we haven't even broken out of the range from 30 minutes ago when I told you guys that we're gonna get off at 10:30. So hopefully that shows you guys something. You know, David, is it better to start as an individual or open an LLC company when you turn 18? I'm just trying to understand what makes more sense for trading. Now, if you're making a lot of money from trading, you should open an LLC. It gives you more tax advantages. So yeah, you should probably do that. Right? There's nothing wrong with opening an LLC. It's just like an extra protection on your end. There's really no cons. It's pretty much all pros. I mean, now the only cons is, yeah, you might have to pay a little bit to open it. You know what I mean? It depends on where you live. It depends on if you're using a CPA to open it for you. they might charge a pretty penny. But yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. There's really no point in making an LLC unless you're requesting like a few payouts at a time. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, it was nice to be in the live waiting for the doctor, but it's time. I got a minute. Hey, bro, praying for the best, bro, and hopefully hopefully you have a blessed day, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I just woke up. Did I miss anything? And bro, you chose the best day to sleep in, bro. You have missed absolutely nothing today, bro. So you're good. What is this market? I mean, dude, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. You know what I mean? We know why the market is chopping. It's not anything out of our control. You know what I mean? Can you add accounts that you already have to an LLC that you can open later? That you open later? No, no. If you're asking like, can I trade my Apex accounts after an LLC? You have to make a new Apex account under your LLC name. So let's say, for example, you have 10 PAs right now under your personal and you open an LLC. You can still keep and trade on your personal accounts. But if you want to like link them to an LLC, you have to make a brand new Apex account. Would you recommend trading an EVON on OPEX? I wouldn't really trade. I wouldn't really suggest trading OPEX in general. But it's really up to you. You know what I mean? If the market is moving good, which sometimes it does, you could trade it. I mean, but if today's market is choppy, imagine tomorrow. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me see. Yo, Blas, I have a question about my membership. I think I got the 3-month one and was wondering how to update if price would change since I got it on a discount. I can DM you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Once you reset an EVAT account versus trying to get them back up, I'm close to my drawdown threshold max. Well, you should always try to build it back up. If you ever fail it, then yeah, get a new one. But if you still have it there, working and everything, you might as well. Can you have 20 accounts? Can you have 20 personal Apex accounts and 20 under LLC? Technically, no. I do know people that do that. Now, if you get caught by Apex, and the way they catch you is either if you're trading under the same IP or the same mailing address, right? But technically, they say that you can't. So you probably shouldn't, because if they catch you, they'll probably ban you, like for life. Like you can't use their firm. Can't have more than 20 total. You could do 10 on each. That too, but for what? I mean, you might as well just trade 20 under one. You know what I mean? And that should be under your LLC, because if you're gonna be requesting a max payout on 20 accounts total, 10 on your personal and 10 on your LLC, you might as well just request it all under your LLC. It gives you more tax advantages. You know what I mean? Geez, TGR lost 160K today. Oof. Is the class over, David? Yeah, I might get off soon. Were you gonna teach a re-entry class, or did I miss it? I never did it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was gonna do it on what was it? I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I was gonna do it, but dude, I was so like bothered that day by like everything that happened. I'm like, you know what, bro? I don't even care that much, bro. Like, not that I don't want to care. I just like I was just so like out of the mood that I just didn't even want to do it. You know what I mean? But I am gonna do it maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, if we don't get a trade like today, I'll do a class tomorrow. David, do you have an LLC or an S corp? It depends on under what you qualify. For me, I have an S corp. That's nothing for TGR. Have you seen this? Yeah, no, I've seen them. Trust me. Have you seen them trade today? No, actually, I actually called it a week. I made my money for the week. I made more than what I even wanted for this week. Hence I even sized light this week like crazy. So for the week, I'm done. But I'm still gonna be doing commentary and everything. I don't want to leave you guys with 2 days with no content. You know what I mean? Hi, David, for NQ. If your first TP is at 40 points or more, do you take profit at 30 points or 35 points or 40 points? Well, if your first take profit is at 40 points, you might as well hold for 40 points. But if your take profit is, let's say, for example, 50 or more points, you might as well take some profits at a 1-to-1 risk reward and then hold your runners for the take profit. Is there a discount on the premium right now? No. No, I don't have any discounts going on right now. Should I get off the charts? Yeah, bro, we're about to get off soon. It's already 10:30 and we have yet to even break out of this range. So set up on the woman. No. Setup or not, bro, do not trade this market, bro. No. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Please don't trade this. You're literally asking to get chopped out. Like, seriously. I haven't seen this chop this bad in a minute. Yeah. Thankfully, we avoided. Or at least some of us. You have speakers, like FOMC speakers? Is that what I mean? How many accounts are you trading? I'm trading 10 currently. And how much profit did you make this week? This week I think I made $1,030. $1,030. Yeah. Not 10,003. Or actually, yeah, 1,030 per account. Yeah. And bro, this week I sized light because you guys know last week I tried sizing heavy and it was a pain in the ass. So this week I kind of learned my lesson, turned it down a little bit. Let's see. What's your internet setup and do you have a backup? Yeah, I do have a backup. I have a generator. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called a US USPS or UP. I forgot what it's called. You guys got the point. It's this. Hold on, let me show you guys. USPS, right? Power generator. Is that what it's called? USPS or UPS? Yeah, USPS uses various power. Yeah, I use a USPS. So pretty much what that is kind of like a generator. Which if my power ever goes out and I still need to work, let's say for example I'm in a trade or I'm streaming, my internet will be still up for the next 3 to 4 hours. And the internet setup that I use is I use AT&T fiber Wi-Fi, which is amazing. No complaints. I love them. I used to use Xfinity back then. Hello, bro. Look at Kyler, bro. I used to use Xfinity back then, but dude, Xfinity gave me so much issues, bro. I guess it depends on the area, but ever since I switched to AT&T, bro, I'm never switching, bro. Never. Uninterruptible power supply. Exactly. That's what I have. A UPS. I'm pretty sure there's another S in there, but I guess you know. But yeah. Or worst comes to worst, I just use my hotspot if I really have to. See, David or any other guys. I'll probably be without any trades for a month because I'm going to Australia for a trip. I'll try to catch some trades. If I can't sleep because it's 1 to 2 p.m. I catch you guys. Hey, bro, you're good, bro. Enjoy your trip to Australia, bro. All right, bro. We'll see you whenever you come back, bro. Krabby Steak cash today too. Yeah, I mean it made sense. I mean, there's no reason to be trading today. There's nothing. Didn't even know, bro. I mean, dude, you would have known. Mama. No, I didn't take a trade today. I'm done for the week actually. David, how long can you be inactive on a PA before they cancel your account? I think over 150 days. I could be wrong though. I don't actually don't know that number, but from what I've seen, I think it's 150 days. For Apex, I think it's 150 days. It's either 150 days or there's no limit. Need $430 to pass this EVA in the next 13 days, dude. Is that possible, bro? What? Come on now, bro. Obviously, it's possible. We can get that by Monday, bro. Yeah, bro. One or two good trades and that's it. You're good, bro. I made 174 on the 1 minute indicator at like 950. Dude, you got some balls, bro. Because trading this time market, bro, it's. I'm about to get off too as well, guys. Is speakers valid though? What do you mean speakers? I don't know what you mean. Yellow folders? Nah. They don't do anything. They don't do anything. Stats for this month. Oof. My stats for the month, I think it's either 65% green or 70. David, you have Instagram? I do. I don't really post on it that much, but I do have my content there. Now, I don't want you guys to be thinking I'm that type of guy that promotes like profits or trades, bro. No, none of my friends that follow me on Instagram even know what I do. I just post like just some car stuff here and there, and that's it. Nothing crazy. David, how do you stack more PAs? If I have one out later, wait. Like if I have one later on at like 53K, how do I add on a 50K? Just copy trade them. You just add it to the group. Um, and then you could just treat them all together. Yo, David, I got laid off on Tuesday. Oof, damn, bro. Sorry to hear that. But it's all good. Trading replaced my job half a year ago. Best feeling ever. I'm super glad, bro. I'm super glad. All right, bro. Hopefully you get a good market so you can make the most money. You know what I mean? So we can all make the most money. You know. But yeah, lately this month, what would you guys rate this month? Honestly, bro, I would rate this month like a good. Although we are, some of us at least most of us, if you guys caught the trades that we've been catching, dude, I would rate this month like a good low 7 out of 10, bro. Like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I don't know. This month has definitely not been the best. In terms of the market, it hasn't really been moving all that much. Definitely not like December or November. You guys know December, November, bro. 10 out of 10 month, bro. I rate it 6 out of 7. Yep. Okay. Real funny, bro. Real funny. Real funny. But yeah, no, I'll rate this month like so far like I don't know, maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. This month has been brutal so far. Nah, but bro, these are the months that really teach you how to trade. You know what I mean? So you gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, hopefully this just shows you guys that not every day will be a clean day. You know, we've been having a lot more choppier days this month than you know than normal. But yeah. Anyways, guys, bro, I'm about to get off, bro. I'm not really interested in anything in this market. Maybe okay. Would you guys be down? Because it kind of looks like we're trying to break out of this range. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But if we get something during the PM session, would you guys be down to try to trade, or would you guys just want to stay cash all the way? Definitely, nah. If anything, I'll put it out. I'll put something out just in case you guys might want to trade, because obviously maybe it's like some people want to, some may not want to. But I personally think we should all stay cash. But if something comes up for the PM session, I'll put it out. Just so you guys know if we see something. But yeah, for now, guys, I'm gonna get off. I'm not even gonna bother with this market, bro. It is horrible. And if you guys are trying to trade this, please be careful. David, how do you get an? Everyone has one on Apex. Everyone has one. Go to Apex, click on affiliate stats, click on affiliate something, and then it'll be there. It'll just show you your code. Everyone has one. We know as soon as you get off what happens. I know. Trust me, I know. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get off. Unfortunately, no trades today, no setups, no nothing today. Just pure chop, and we're back red. So yeah, no, really nothing in the markets today. So please, guys, if I'm telling you guys to stay cash, it's obviously for a reason. Don't go out and start forcing out trades in this type of market. It probably won't end well for you. So please be careful. All right, guys. I don't tell you guys this for no reason. I mean, do you get money when someone uses your code? Yeah, but not that much. For example, if Apex is doing 90% off and you only get 15% of the sale, but you're gonna make like cents to the dollar. You know what I mean? So so yeah. Or maybe like a dollar or so, you know. So nothing crazy, but it definitely buys you lunch, you know, if enough people use it. But yeah. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna get off, and yeah, like I said, if I see something later, then for sure I'll let you guys know. But if not, like I said, if I'm telling you guys to stay cash, it's obviously for a reason. You know what I mean? I use it. Thank you, bro. Much love, man. Much love. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, and I'll see you guys hopefully later, if not tomorrow. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, a blessed day, and stay safe. All right, guys. Once again, keep your notifications on. If I see something, I'll let you guys know. All right, guys. Peace out, guys. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. And YouTube, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Unfortunately, there was not much to really put out today in terms of content. I mean, shit, look at the market. It's a very, very choppy market today. But regardless, we're still very green on the week. So I'll take any dollar we can get for this week, whether we get a trade today, tomorrow, or not. All right, guys. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, regardless if we got a trade or not. But yeah, other than that, guys, I might stream tomorrow. I don't know just yet because tomorrow is OPEX, but I'll let you guys know, obviously, in the Discord. All right, guys. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get off, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, if not Monday. All right, guys. Peace out. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys then. All right, guys. Peace out.